Good evening. Welcome to this channel about past lives and reincarnation. Today I'll answer two great questions. One of them is about other planets, so I'll talk about this. First, about the channel. I saw today that there are now discussions in the comment section. People are comparing experiences and knowledge. This is so great. You know, this has been my subject for all through my life. And it started when I was a kid. And I haven't been able to talk to people about it when I was a kid and when I was a teenager. Because I understood that this was a very sensitive subject. And there was nobody to talk to, which made me frustrated. Because I wanted to know, I wanted to learn. Now, if somebody had told me this, that when you are getting older, you will be talking about this weekly, right? And you will be listening to others who are talking about these subjects. Now, I would be very excited about it when I was a teenager. Now, maybe I knew, that I would be talking about these things, because I was so into the English language when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. It was ridiculous. I was so ambitious. I understood somehow that the English language was important to me. And it had nothing to do with school. School did not motivate me in any way. I did okay in school, but I wanted to learn English. So I remember I had this dictionary, English dictionary, and I was going through these words, writing them down, Yeah, so maybe I knew. Right, so here's the questions. First one is this. I wonder if you have experienced other planets in some way, in other lifetimes, for example. Right. Yes. I've seen many questions like this. And the answer is yes. So I figured it out for myself, that I have lived on this earth for a bit more than 3,000 years. Before that, I lived on other planets, off and on. And I'll tell you about two of these lifetimes. And the first one I remember very, very well. So I want to describe the place. It's I see a town, right? And it's not like any town you see here. It's very bright. And the buildings are so tall. The gravity is very mild. Low. What do you say? Low gravity. So they could build these very tall buildings. I don't know how tall they were, but maybe 500, 600 meters tall. And the bodies were different because of the low gravity. They didn't need big bone structures, muscles. So they were thin. These bodies, they were thin and pretty tall. I would say maybe 10 feet, maybe 3 meters, tall. That's my guess. This is what I see. Tall bodies. And people moved around by using their fingers and hands and feet. You just have to touch things very lightly. And you could move for a long distance because of the low gravity. And I also remember the plants, fantastic plants, big forests, very long stems and big, big leaves, waving like this. It's beautiful stuff. Now, I really didn't like the city there. I was living in the city. And I didn't like it very much. It was much more sane, of course, than what we see now here. But there was something with it, and something happened. that I didn't like, and there were power struggles, of course, right? So that's the first one. And then the second one, which was way, way, way back in the past. And this I remember so well too. It's a quite flat place, and beautiful colors. The sky is a bit different from what we have here. It's sort of brighter, a bit purple, bluish color, right? And not many lived there. So if you were going to see somebody, you had to move a long distance. That I remember very well, because there was somebody that I was going to visit, and it was very far, see, even though he was my neighbor. And people lived in the big places, right? Sort of roundish ceilings, like 3 castles, big places they had. And I enjoyed it so much. When I remember this lifetime, I thought, wow, this was good. I lived there for a long, long time, and I did very well. I was very happy, you know, and I want to go back. This is a beautiful place, and I feel it's like my home, my real home, you know. So we'll see. See if it's the same today. You don't know, do you? Right. Here's the next question. Could a dream reveal my past lives? And he says, this guy says, I dreamed I was important and a successful navigator on Viking ships. I failed on one mission. I was thrown overboard and drowned in the North Sea. It's a great story, isn't it? So yes, when these dreams are this clear, they are, 9 times out of 10, I would say, they are past lives experiences. When it makes sense too. This sort of makes sense, this dream, right? So that's what I would say. This is a past life. Now, of course, you need to figure this out yourself. But I would say so. For me, it's like 9 times out of 10, when I have a dream, it's a past life or a vision. That happens quite often to me. I see something that is going to happen, or there's something that I need to learn. And when I have these so-called dreams, there's somebody talking to me. Somebody wants to give me a message, and this spirit is doing it through like a movie. Very clear details, everything, and at the end of the movie, there's always something that I learned about life or something. This is very common for me. But I know maybe 10 years ago and earlier, when I had a dream, it was very often a past life thing. So I suppose it changes. I don't know, I think so. So, absolutely, a dream can reveal your past lives. That's right. Now, if it's totally weird, it's something else. And this is what I experienced. When the dream is so weird, it's usually somebody's talking to you, telling you something, some weird stuff. And nightmares, absolutely. Very confused spirits giving you some stuff, communicating something. It's so strange and scary. No, I don't have nightmares anymore. Long time ago I had them. But that's what I think. Right. Be good.